Hi guys. Okay, we are here to complete this question on the analysis. Your analysis should consider both arithmetic and equivalent annual growth rate. In my previous lecture, I've been able to examine the growth in dividend per share and also the share price growth. Please, you can go back to my previous video so that you can understand this better. So now, in today's video, I'm going to examine the arithmetic mean and also the equivalent annual growth rate. Now, what is arithmetic mean? Now, arithmetic mean is the addition of all the growth in dividend per share, right? All the growth in the what? In dividend per share divided by the numbers of growth. That is just arithmetic what? Mean. Why equivalent annual growth rate? How do we determine the equivalent annual growth rate? Now, we are going to use extrapolation, right? Extrapolation is one of the method of calculating growth rate under the cost of what? Under the cost of capital. So when we get to cost of capital, we are going to treat that in what? In details. Now, arithmetic mean. Now we are to determine the arithmetic mean for growth in dividend and also in share price. Why equivalent annual growth rate is only for the dividend. Alright, it is only meant for what? The dividend. So we are going to use what? Extrapolation to get that growth. Now let's check. This is the growth in dividend, right? In 2017 there is nil, 2018 nil, 2019 0, 2020 4.5 and 2021 21.7. Now arithmetic mean is going to be 29.4, which is which year? 2018, right? 2019 is 0, right? There is no growth in 2019. 2020 is 4.5. You can see 4.5. 2021 is what? 21.7. 21 what? 0.7 divided by what? The numbers of growth. Now when you calculate it, there is growth here 1, 2, 3, 4. There is no growth in 2017 because we were not given the 2016 what? Figure. Now that is why I have what? 13.9. So when you add everything together, you divide it by the numbers of growth, you have what? 13.9%. So the 13.9% is what? Is the arithmetic mean for the what? The growth in dividend per share. Now let's quickly look at the share price growth. The share price growth. So this is a trend that we actually did under the share price growth. You can see that in 2017 we still have the same figure. Now in 2018 there is a growth, we have this. In 2019 we have growth of 5.0, right? In 2020 we have 75%. In 2021 we have what? Minus 16%. So what do we have? So in the first year we have what? 33.4. There is 33.4 in the first year, right? This is 33.4. 2017, why we have nil here? Because 2016 is not given, right? This figure is just there, right? 2016 is what? Is not what? It's not given. Now 2018 we have 33.4, right? There is 33.4 and this is 5.08. Please, you can go back to my previous video where I actually state each the answer there, so you can check it. Now this is what? 2020 is what? 75%, right? And this is, so when you check, you have 75%, you have minus 16, because of course it's supposed to be plus times minus is minus, divided by the numbers of what? Growth. We have what? If we count it here, we have 1 2 3 4, all right, divided by the numbers of growth. It's, we have what? 24 point what? 24.3 24.35, right? Now what is equivalent annual growth? Now equivalent annual growth means that we want to determine the growth rate in what? In dividend. Now how do we determine growth rate? There are two methods under the cost of capital, which is what? The extrapolation and Gordon's model, right? For the purpose of this question, we are going to use extrapolation. Why? Because we are given a series of what? A series of dividend. So how do we calculate the extrapolation? It is usually n minus 1. N is the numbers of years minus what? 1. The current dividend is the latest dividend, the dividend that was paid in that particular what? The current year. Why the earliest dividend is the dividend in the previous year, in the previous last year. Now we will see that minus what? Minus 1. If they say earliest dividend, it's not like we are in 2014, 2024 now, like 2020. No, before 2023, before 2022, what do we have? So minus what? Minus 1. Right? Now let's check it out. The current dividend. Let's check the current dividend together so that we will understand better. Right? So what is the current dividend? Yeah, the current dividend is for 2021. We can see it, 2021, which is 28, right? Why the earliest is what? 2017, which is what? 17 kobo, right? So we go back to our formula. Where we have that. So okay, minus n minus 1. Now the numbers of years is 5 years. Now there is always a reason why there is minus 1. Now when we get to cost of capital, we'll examine that, we'll treat that in details, the reason why we have 5 minus what? 1. Now 28 divided by, remember that 28 is the current dividend, why 17 is the earliest dividend, minus what? Minus 1. So what do we have? We have this, right? Fourth root of this minus what? Minus 1. So we have what? 13%. So this is how to determine the what? Equivalent annual growth rate. It is usually for dividend, right? Because there is a growth in dividend, right? So how do we determine the growth rate? We have to use what? Extrapolation or Gordon's model. So when we get to cost of capital, we will examine that. So the B part of this question, please comment and subscribe. So when you comment the B part of this question, I will check, then I will definitely put the answer in the comment what section. So bye for now.